You're looking at how to pronounce this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we literally just watched Joker FOLIE. Good pronunciation.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
A lot better than that fucking movie.
Oh, man. Come on.
I saw the things about it being bad, and I'm like, surely it can't be that bad. The first one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I felt bad that I was seeing stuff, you know, because I don't want to taint my open-mindedness that I usually have going into a lot of the movies that we see. Man. I want to go easy on the hate because, you know, the past couple episodes have been tough. You know, I hate to knock down so many people's hard work that they put into this movie. First off, Joaquin Phoenix, great actor.
Yes. Before we get into it, let's just say for the first few minutes of this, we'll give like what we think about it. No spoilers, and then we'll green light after a certain point.
Yeah,
we'll do spoilers.
There are spoilers
coming. Not yet, though.
You've been warned.
We'll warn you when they're coming, but right now you're safe.
Yeah, go watch the movie.
Or don't.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler. We were not fans of it.
It's like it's a mashup of like a psychological perspective into the Joker, and then it's also a musical, and then it's also a court drama. So it's like half-ass 3 different types of movies, and it's just like they never.
Yeah.
There's no big revelation with like any of them. There's like one cool scene that I liked. The one like musical part. I mean, the musical was fucking insane. Like so many. Also, here's something to critique about the music. Usually when you do a musical, you want the music to be good because most of the time when you watch a musical, you're like, damn, those songs are cool. A lot of girls tend to put musical soundtracks onto their playlist because like a lot of good songs, like The Greatest Showman. There's some good songs from that. Other musicals usually have good music. There's not like one. There's maybe like one song that was like catchy and cool. The rest of them are just them singing, and it's not like it's a song you'd ever play in the car.
I'll actually kind of disagree with that. I mean, first off, I hated that they took the musical route, but that's just, you know, preference. I actually didn't have a problem with the songs themselves. Like, it was like a Frank Sinatra type sound. So I was like, all right, this is fine. That's cool.
I'm just imagining like I would never. Half the shit Joaquin Phoenix song, I would never like try to listen to back. Like, ooh, listen to this song. This is a cool one from the movie.
Yeah. The only thing that I, because it's just, I don't know. This is literally on me, but like if I were to rewatch this, I would want to like put the subtitles on while they were singing so I could see like the significance of the words, the lyrics, like going into what's happening. But again, like that's on me. I think I was more just like, oh my God, they're singing again.
Yeah.
How many times they think? Like, was it over 10?
Has to be. It was like back to back at some point. It's like song, a little bit of talking. We're like, oh, okay, we're back into a music bit.
Yeah. I just kind of want to go on the record here. I'm so brutally hungover, and this was a really tough movie to watch, given those circumstances.
Bit of a sleeper.
It was, man. I mean, we're in this dark theater. There's nobody. Well, I guess there was like 2 pairs of people. There were 6 people in the theater. Yeah. And I'm just like kind of nodding off because the songs were so slow for the most part.
Right.
I was just like, man, this could really take me out. Like they are in danger of putting me to sleep if they sing one more time.
And how is it possible that a movie about the most iconic villain, the most craziest, insane villain that the DC Comics has to offer, iconic, they make it the most boring adaptation of that character of all time?
Yeah. So let's get into it. Yeah, pretty much, in my opinion, we just watched a whole lot of nothing happen. I kind of like what you said. They kind of did 3 things, and it all just kind of feels half-assed.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing here? I mean,
it's like, we'll go spoiler-free, first problems.
We'll try, yeah. I'll try.
Well, then we'll give our rating. Yeah. First problem is the psychological part. It would have been cooler, like they just kind of force-fed you the message of it, like, oh, he might be a split personality. Like they tell him before he even gets questioned. Yeah. Would it not be more interesting and cooler if you find out that they're trying to get that leverage point on him from the interview with the, whatever that first lady was that was interviewing him, asking him questions? Mm-hmm. The first time he's on camera. Isn't it cooler if you like find out that they think he might be a split personality, and like you kind of
That would
dive
be a
into
good
that.
way to reveal that this is like what they're trying to prove.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
yeah.
instead of being like first, like a
Yeah.
scene before they even question, like, hey, you might have two personalities, by the way. Do you know what that is? Blah, 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 this,
Yeah.
that. And then they get into the thing. It's like, okay, now we know what they're going to do. It doesn't get any deeper after that. There's no really study into his mind. It's just kind of like you have that idea in your head, especially from like the first cartoon sequence, which I thought was cool. The little
good.
Joker cartoon, the
Yeah.
show, showing him the shadow. That's like the second personality of the Joker is the shadow of him,
Yeah.
right? So you already have that in your head. Like if you're not a fucking dumbass, you know that they're talking about two different people, the dark side of this person and then the regular person who's
Yeah.
like Arthur.
Yeah.
So it's like, we get it. You don't got to explain it to us. Like, let us be intelligent movie watchers and pick up on the references you're giving us. Stop just spitting it or throwing it in our face.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand and respect that, like, you're trying to humanize one of the greatest villains ever, written. But I thought you did it last movie.
Right.
I thought we got past that. I was like, because I wasn't crazy about the first one. I really didn't like hate on it that much. Like, if somebody was like, yo, you want to watch this movie? I was like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I also liked it. It was a cool new take on the Joker.
Yes, and I liked the message, but then we're going into the second one, and I'm like, all right, let's start joking.
Right.
And, especially at the end of the first one, it's looking like he's got his little army of little jokers. Like,
Yeah.
It looks like he's about to start
Tearing,
fucking shit up. And then we just pretty much did the same thing, except we made it a musical and we gave him a half-ass Harley Quinn, like the worst Harley Quinn I've ever seen.
And that's no discredit to Lady Gaga. She put on a great performance.
Great performance, but
Sings her ass off in the movie.
I'm just so like, that's not Joker and Harley Quinn,
Right.
And so that's the thing. Like, this isn't even like comic book accurate. Like,
No.
this has never been seen before.
I also don't like the take of having Harley Quinn be the one that's pulling Joker to become the Joker.
She's the one pulling the strings.
It's like,
Does that ever?
no, it's like
I mean, maybe, but this is not the Joker. And listen, man, like I was telling
Yeah, it
you,
is
like
not
in
the
the
Joker.
car, like I was really hype because it's in the Batman world. Like, dude, I was a huge Batman guy.
big
like,
Batman guy.
Big Batman guy. Like, bro, when I was like 3 years old, I would not go to church with my mom unless she let me dress up like Batman.
That's really cool.
I was really dedicated to the Batman.
Damn, you were such a cool kid.
Look where we are now. Anyways, so it's just, it sucks. Like, I just, at the end of the day, I feel like I just watched a lot of nothing. And then at one point, they finally give us a glimmer of hope when they blow up. I guess
Well, let's just try to avoid it and we'll talk about it. Like,
something
right after this.
something big happens kind of near the end of the movie, and you're just like, oh shit, let's get it going. Here we go.
But you can even not spoil it. You see him kind of become the Joker at some point. You're like, sweet, here we go.
He's putting on a show in the courtroom.
Yes,
like
he's trying to be funny.
And he's doing a great job of like, he's a great Joker. So much potential to be
so much
like the best.
It's fucking Joaquin Phoenix, one of the best actors alive.
Yeah, and he kills it. It's just, where they take the story. It's like, damn it, what are you doing?
Yes.
And so that's pretty much like my take on it is they just, I don't know what they were doing.
So I agree with you. It's the first movie was him becoming the Joker.
Yeah,
And at the end, he is in the cop car with this fucking face mask, watching the city burn. He's excited, happy. Then we have to watch him try to become the Joker again. Like the same movie. Like he's now struggling again to be the Joker. It's like you maybe let him struggle with it in the beginning, but have the majority of the movie have him being the Joker, but Arthur is maybe pulling at him to become normal.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
overall, the Joker.
He's the
Because
Joker.
let's give you ratings and we'll start spoiling it. What do you rate it?
Oh man, like a 5. Honestly, I mean, it's like it's just like the most neutral movie I've seen in a long time. Like it, great performances, but I don't really care for the story. I definitely don't care for like the take on the Joker. And like I said, it's just kind of a whole bunch of exciting nothing in a sense. And I don't like the musical look, but again, that's just a matter of preference.
There would be a way to do it to make it good.
Yeah, like
There is a way to
they
do
could
it.
be, they could just make it a lot more sick and twisted. Yeah, I mean, just not really the biggest fan
Yeah.
of like the direction they took it. And obviously like the ending, hate that.
So stupid. We'll talk about that next. But I give it a 4.
Damn. Why don't you tell me something you liked?
I was gonna actually do that. I think the few praises I can give it is what we were talking about. The performances, great performances. I think it's pretty. They have some really beautiful shots throughout it. It's cool. I enjoyed actually the musical sets when Arthur would daydream about being the Joker and singing with Harley Quinn. Those sets were actually pretty cool. It's like an actual cool musical set. It's like, okay, that's a cool visual in his head, like this gigantic show he's putting on. That was cool. And there was one scene when he was in the courtroom being the Joker, defending himself. That was a cool scene.
Gary Puddles.
Yeah. And also, there were some funny moments. We laughed a few times. Like, it was actually some good jokes.
There were, yeah.
So that's
what
I
I'm
got.
saying. Like, I really don't hate this movie. It's just like,
yeah, it's just like,
damn it. Like, all right. So much potential.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't watch this recreationally. I would have been really pissed if I went to do this, not to do something after it, like film a podcast or something. Just have to come home and just be like, well, that was a waste of fucking 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Yeah. Like we had to do an episode on this.
Yeah.
Because I think, how did the first Joker do? I think
a
lot of people liked it.
Huge. This movie was like, so people were so excited about it because I was excited about it too, because it's like, sweet, I can't wait to see what they do next with this Joaquin Phoenix modernized Joker.
Yeah.
So it's like, didn't do it here. But all right.
So a 4, 5.
Spoilers coming ahead.
There you have it. Yeah. They kill him. So
not a single pause.
They kill the Joker. What are we doing? I mean, you don't even hear of Batman. I mean, when does this happen? I don't think that ever happens. I don't think the Joker has ever not met Batman.
Yeah, so here's another problem with it. Arthur's character arc, there is none.
Yeah.
He like almost arcs to the Joker and then doesn't.
Yeah, then he just backtracks. He's like, actually, I don't want to be the Joker. I'd rather do anything but that. It's like, what are you doing?
Where was that change? You just randomly switched up the next scene. Like the scene before that, you're fucking the man, and now you're like not the Joker anymore. You just decide no. There's no compelling reason for that to happen.
Yeah, there's just that was all done in just such bad rhythm. I was like, whoa, what? What do we do? Like, okay, what's the punchline? There is none. Like, damn it, dude. There's a theory that I read that they think the person that killed the Joker is actually going to become the Joker. He kind of starts snickering and laughing at the end. Yeah.
Which is dumb. It's like, okay, well then why do we follow this guy?
Yeah.
what?
We gave 2 movies to this guy. Not even the Joker.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? He dies at the end? Okay, sweet. Like, what did he accomplish? How is there a movie about the Joker who didn't accomplish shit?
Didn't do anything.
Especially in this movie. He didn't do anything in this movie. The first movie he did. This
nothing happens. And you start like...
Did he hurt anybody? Did he kill anybody?
He doesn't kill one person in this movie.
He fantasizes about killing 2 people. Not even. One person, I think he fantasizes about killing.
And like they keep hinting that it's about to happen. That's what... Okay, so like that's the punchline. Is they got us really good.
They're like, I thought this was going to be good.
Yeah.
Psych.
Yeah. Like jokes on us. They got us.
Yeah. Thanks for your money.
Yeah. Like they just keep hinting that he's like about to turn on the guards and he's about to like start a riot in Arkham Asylum. And then nothing happens. Nothing, like it just doesn't happen.
So how do you make them again? Like how do you make the Joker? How do you decide to make a movie about the Joker and make it the most boring movie about the Joker?
One of the most interesting characters ever created. And they just made him so boring. So incredibly boring.
Yeah, it's just
makes me so sad
that nothing happens. It's like, and again, it's like the only person that does anything is Harley Quinn. Like she sets up all the stuff, and we don't even know who did the car bomb.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
you kind of assume it's Harley Quinn because she said that she blew up her parents' apartment complex or set it on fire. So you kind of assume it's her. But then she ditches him at the end.
Yeah, so it's when is Harley Quinn ever not like faithful to the Joker? Like, I'm sure there are some versions, but like, why would you do it like this? Why would you make this Harley Quinn actually like not good?
And why have the Joker not become the Joker? Why have him just admit that he's not he's not who people think he is. He's just Arthur who's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, that just kind of annoys me that
Now,
the Joker, the courthouse blows up and it's like, oh damn, here we go. All right, let's get it in motion. Obviously, we're only gonna get like maybe 30 minutes, after all this buildup. But then he's free. Again, starts hinting that there's like this little army of Jokers that are about to like kind of free him or whatever, and like it's about to start going off. And then what? He's free for I don't know, like in movie, like he was free for 10 minutes.
yeah.
Just he sees Harley Quinn waiting for him on the staircases, still in makeup. It's like, oh shit, all right, let's get it going.
Up the iconic stairs.
Yeah, and she just sings and walks away. Even Joaquin Phoenix, even the Joker's just like, I really want to stop singing now.
You're like, yes, please,
Yes.
God, stop singing.
I hear that. So it's like, why'd we blow up the courthouse? What? Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. That's just all I could say. I mean, nothing happens in this movie.
The one sort of maybe twist that they don't really make compelling that you think about afterward is that in reality, when Arthur sits on the stool like he's a comedian before the jury and tells them the truth that he's just Arthur, he's not the Joker, blah, 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 this and that, that kind of proves the fact that he is two people. The Joker is a different personality. And so Arthur, that split identity is actually innocent because that wasn't him who did all the killing. It was Joker who did it.
Yeah.
So in reality, the defense would have won if Joker didn't decide to become Joker and ruin it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if he's going to become guilty anyway, why not just have the Joker be the Joker at the end? Like say something funny, be comical, be the Joker.
Yeah, because he killed.
There's no arc, bro. There's nothing that his character doesn't change. He's the same fucking guy.
You think he's about to make the turn, and then, yeah, like you said, it's all in bad rhythm to me.
Yeah.
I just hated that. I mean, just a lot of build up throughout the movie where it's like, okay, because it happens like a few times, I think. Like I said, like when he starts getting everybody riled up, like when he's meeting Harley Quinn and like fantasizing or whatever, and then you think something big's about to happen, but that's all it is. It's just Joaquin Phoenix just in and out of a courtroom, and then he goes back to a psych ward. Not even that bad. The guards are actually like kind of friendly with him. Yeah. Like sure, they smack him around a little bit, but like they're kind of nice to him. So it's like it's not that inhumane. Like they give him cigarettes, they let him have sex.
Yeah, what? How's that? They just like brushed over that one. Like I thought that was like a dream, like the first movie with his relationship with his neighbor. I thought that was just like in his head, the sex scene, and thought he was just like imagining that because Harley Quinn tells him to stop taking his medicine. He's like, I already have. I thought that was just like a subconscious of him dreaming, thinking that she's there, egging him on to keep becoming the Joker. I was like, okay, that's a cool twist. In his head, he thinks Harley Quinn's dragging him into the Joker life, but in reality, that's actually what happened. Yeah. So it's like,
well,
what?
So here on that, like that's kind of what I was thinking. Like towards the end of the movie, I was like, maybe it's one of those things where you can't really tell what's like you start blurring the lines a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, if that is what they're doing, it sucks. Like, how are you going to make, because what I'm trying to say is like towards the end of the movie, you could go the route of like, okay, it's kind of hard to tell what's real and what's fantasy to Arthur. I would have liked that if the fantasies were interesting. But like, if these are the fantasies that are going on in his head, it's like, damn, like what a shit imagination for the Joker. Like,
I know, bro.
Like the Joker's mind, like, yeah, when they're doing the TV show and they're singing and everything, like on his fantasy show, compelling. But then when I was like kind of getting confused, kind of like when he was having sex in the jail cell, I was like, no. It would get crazy. This is the Joker's mind.
Yeah, it was like 5 pumps and done. 5 awkward pumps and done.
This guy is the man. And so again, just like if that was a direction they were going, it was kind of half-assed.
Yeah.
And just disappointing.
Yeah. And then in the beginning, I didn't really enjoy how he's not the Joker in the beginning. Obviously, he's Arthur, but everybody's like teasing him like he is funny all the time, like he's crazy.
Yeah, you got a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a
everybody's
joke
like,
today.
"Hey, you feeling crazy today?" So he has like this big personality. It seems like in this prison in Arkham Asylum, but we see him for the first time being so like mellow, and that could be just because now his medicine has kicked in, so now he's like mellowed down. But they don't tell you or like make it compelling enough for you to understand that maybe by the time he got arrested, now maybe he's not the Joker anymore because he's on his medicine.
That should have been
So you just
included.
immediately see him like that. So like when everybody's acting the way they are to him, it doesn't. You're like, you don't ever see him being like the crazy guy. Like you maybe should have seen him like that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they're teasing him. It doesn't really make sense. Like you can make it make sense,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's not done very well.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, because he's supposed to be laughing through the pain and all that. And obviously being locked up with a bunch of, psycho killers, like, that sucks.
Should make you crazier.
Yeah. But, like, dude, the guys, these prisoners, I don't even know. It's just kind of wild. Like, he didn't really have anything to, like, be mad about. Like, when he was, like, those fat cops, like, those fat guards, always judging me or, like, making fun of me or, like, bullying me, whatever he says.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, they're really not that bad. Anything, like, pretty good for their jobs,
Yeah.
Like, in comparison to what you would expect. Like,
Right.
you
From
would expect-
Arkham Asylum.
Like, yeah, like, you see these prisoners, like, kind of getting, like, it looks like they're about to start rioting, and the guards, they're not, like, beating the shit out of them or anything, and, like, this really isn't, like, half bad. You have music classes? I mean, not for the Joker side, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just it's pretty chill, actually.
I know.
Like, it's
the most infamous Arkham Asylum. That's like the biggest prison in Batman, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's like
yeah.
the craziest, where the craziest
That's-
criminals go.
Yeah, like, and all these guys, like, there's not much really going on.
Maybe it's just not-
boring. And so when he's in court, looks at the camera and calls out the guards for, like, being dicks. I was like, whoa.
Slapped you on the back of the head once.
Yeah, like,
you were fucking with
because you
them.
touched him. Yeah, I was like, these guys really aren't that bad, actually.
No.
That's why.
One of the guys was a dickhead, but he never did anything abusive.
Yeah, like, yeah. So that's why whenever he comes back from court after saying that, they're probably just like, what the hell? Like,
They didn't even beat him to shit.
yeah,
They literally didn't beat him. They just like washed his face off aggressively and then said, take his pants off. And then this is also kind of funny. From that scene when they took him into the showers and they like strip him down, he came back out with his clothes on and his makeup still on his face. They didn't
Yeah.
clean him in the shower. What'd they do? They just stripped him down naked just to look at him?
Yeah, well, maybe because he was resisting so much, maybe part of him was just like, poor guy, let's just put him to bed.
I know. It's like,
like these guards are actually like pretty nice. Got one of them hooking him up to go to music class. Didn't have to do that. They give him cigarettes. They get him laid.
yes, they get him laid, bro.
These guys are pretty chill, actually. Like, you can't really complain about the situation.
Even after he called him a fat piece of shit, the one guard that was his one friend that like let him go to the music class. And they try to have the twist of the guards are taking him to do and doing this nice things to him because they think it's funny. They're like laughing at him, but you never really get that impression. You kind of get a glimpse of it, but like in reality,
Yeah.
it's not like they're all like making him feel bad. Like he's having a great time in the singing class.
Yeah.
He's meeting his fucking lady friend. And then, shit, I lost my train of thought on the guy. Oh, after he, gets caught, after he escapes the courthouse explosion, he's back in the cell, and the guy tips his hat to him again. He's like, Arthur, good to see you again. Like, it's his buddy still. There's like no character changes.
No.
Except
Like,
for Harley Quinn, she gets let down. She gets betrayed by the Joker.
yeah, I mean, and she actually leaves. Like, Harley Quinn never leaves the Joker. Never leaves him stranded.
It's like, because it's
that's
like,
Harley Quinn. Like,
yeah.
she's addicted to the Joker, like, no matter what. So even if he says, I'm not the Joker, she should say, yeah, you are. Like, it doesn't change. Like, I watched you kill that guy on national TV. Like, you're the Joker, whether you want to be or not. Like, and it's just, I'm still kind of caught off by the guards now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like I said at the beginning of the movie, in my fragile state that I'm in right now, like when the guard tells him, oh, I got you signed up in this music class, like you go next week. And you kind of have the feeling that he's about to be like, you're not going to fucking music class, you psycho. Like, no, you think they're going to bully him. He actually takes him. Lets him sing. Lets him talk to a girl by herself. He's not even like around.
Yeah.
Like gives him quite a decent amount of time to like just kind of chop it up with Harley.
Right.
And it's like, wait, they're not mean.
No, they're nice.
Like they keep hinting that like what you said, and it's just you're supposed to, if they wanted us to like feel bad for the Joker, sure, you can go that route. But his conditions were not that bad in this movie.
No, have it be brutal,
Yeah.
but also have him do brutal things.
Yeah, like
Maybe a slightly less brutal things than they're doing to him, so you kind of have a little bit of sympathy for the Joker.
yeah, like so if he had ended up really becoming the Joker and like doing some messed up stuff, great. But in all reality, you didn't really give us much reason, like in this movie specifically. Like he wasn't really mistreated. He was free to sing all he wanted. I mean, he got the interview and like it really wasn't that pressing. Like, I don't know. Like if he had become the Joker, like they didn't really do a good job of like making you be like, fuck yeah, like this is what they deserve. This is what Gotham deserves.
Right.
Like he's really not that mistreated. So it's like,
It's like it's a null movie. It's almost like if they were planning to do 3, which we know they're not because the Joker is clearly dead. Like they held on that frame of him still for like a minute.
Yeah.
And his mouth kind of drops. So like obviously he's dead.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. If they make him alive, that's stupid because you literally convinced us so well. You made it as clear as possible that he's dead without clearly stating the Joker's dead.
Well, and then it just, even if you were to try to do third movie, like it would just, what are you going to do? He just announced the Joker. He doesn't want to do it.
It would be him becoming the Joker once again.
Yeah. Just the same old story.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, 'cause like the third movie should be him and Harley now in full swing, getting after it, doing some crazy shit, broken out, free, tormenting Gotham as the Joker, and then maybe Batman's born or something like that.
All I did was just make him a huge wussy, and that's not the Joker. It's not. Yeah. Maybe it could be at the beginning, but like, how could this happen? How could
I don't know.
How could they do this? How did anybody approve the script?
Which is hilarious. Well, that's funny you say that because usually when you do a movie like this, a big budget movie, $200 million budget for this fucking movie, they highly anticipated. They never screened it once with a test audience to see how they liked it, what they didn't like, what was clicking with the audience, what wasn't. They refused a test screening.
Gee, I wonder why.
With such a switch up from the original. Like, clearly it's going to be way different. Maybe that's why they just knew people weren't going to like it. So it's like, why make the movie? Aren't y'all like trying to make money? Isn't that all y'all doing right now in Hollywood is just making money off movies? You just decide to get artsy one time and just make it the worst artsy possible.
Can't wait to see the people, like in a year or two that are going to say, cause I feel like this movie is just going to get a lot of like hate. It's going to be popular to not like this movie.
It's been getting a good amount of hate I've seen on Twitter.
Which I get it. I also am not the biggest fan of it, but I can't wait to see people saying like, the second Joker movie was one of the greatest movies ever. Like y'all aren't ready to admit it. Like, don't. Like,
have you seen it again?
I really want to, like, I can't wait to hear the defense. Wish Scott was here. I know he'd give it a 10.
I'd wonder. It's hit or miss with Scott.
You never know, but it, like, I can't wait to see how people are going to defend that this was a great Joker movie.
Yeah, because there's literally nothing.
Because I want
Joker
it to be
worthy.
Like this. It's not even the Joker. Not even the Joker.
Literally not the Joker.
The end of the movie is him saying, "I actually don't want to be the Joker." What a terrible way to end it. Like,
I know.
Like, out of all the million ways you can go about it, because they do say, or at least I read something that said that like they were not going for like comic book accuracy. Whatever, dude. Do you? But like, this is what you came up with?
It's like making a James Bond movie and like making him just like a cowboy on the Western Front, not spying.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is it? Why'd you write a story about James Bond if you're not going to have him be James Bond?
Yeah.
Like, why pick the Joker if you're not going to have him be the Joker? Like, what's the point of doing that?
Talk about, trying to get trying to like shine a light on mental health, this movie made me sad. So
makes you want to become the Joker, show him how the fuck to do it.
Yeah. Somebody's going to get really pissed. Some big time Comic-Con dude that, you know, loves and breathes the Joker. This was his origin story.
Maybe that's what they're worried about. They're worried about somebody actually becoming the Joker. That was like their safety net.
You think about like when with Heath Ledger's Joker, like when that happened, like dude, so many people were like becoming the Joker. Like it was such a big phenomenon
because it was so well told.
Yeah.
Like true Joker.
Yeah, everybody was so happy, like, oh my God, like that's so awesome that they nailed it, you know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna see that with this. There's not gonna be like, just think about all the people that did go to this movie, like opening night, probably like makeup on and everything.
Jokered out.
And then they halfway through the movie, some of them were already going to the bathroom and like washing it off.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe they did this to me.
Well, I saw a tweet and it was talking about the music scenes and it said, I've never seen this before, but every single time a music scene would hit, more and more people would leave the theater.
It was crazy, man. Because I was really trying to appreciate the vision. I really was.
I was too. Honestly, I didn't hate the music parts. I just don't think they worked that well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
There's also no memorable music. Like I can't think of the mountaintop one or whatever.
That one was kind of hype, actually.
Yeah, that's the only memorable one. And I can't even recite it to you.
Just they just keep talking about building the mountain, and then they don't build a mountain.
Maybe that's the whole point of the movie. It's like without Harley Quinn, the Joker. Maybe in this take of the movie, without Harley Quinn, because folie à deux is like the French guy said at the beginning, madness of two people, a mental illness of two minds, and so maybe without each other, they aren't the same. But you could also go with the metaphor of the madness of two people, Arthur and the Joker.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like, that was the decision they went with. Like, I don't know why.
It should have started in the courtroom.
Well,
and he should have been timid in the courtroom and then became the Joker in the courtroom.
Yeah. I just, like, as far as Harley Quinn and Joker goes, like, pretty bold decision to decide that, like, in this version, like, both of their craziness colliding actually doesn't work. Because like, what are you trying to promote that's like never good? We know that.
Obviously.
It's a movie.
Yeah, clearly.
Give me Harley Quinn and Joker destroying Gotham.
Yeah, let's see some crazy. It's like a reverse tragedy. This movie.
Yeah.
It's like he actually ends up being the good guy.
I'd say it. I guess it's like the most realistic way that if the Joker story were to actually be true, I guess this is what would happen.
He would denounce his Jokerism?
Yeah,
I don't think.
Like, it's just like two crazy people look at each other and be like, you know what? Maybe this is a bad idea. Like, no, we know that in real life, but don't actually do it.
I still can't get over the fact that they just had him like switch up at the very end. I'm still trying to like as we're talking, I'm trying to think about why would they do that? What point does that serve? And I cannot find the answer.
Has no appeal to any audience, I don't think. Who's gonna be who? Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to see people like kind of hate on this episode. I really hope they do, because I want to see through their eyes.
Yeah, you
like,
want to hear the argument.
Yeah, like in what way was that a good creative decision? Like, how does that have any appeal? How does that make him any, like, at all interesting? It just doesn't. You took one of the greatest villains ever and you just made him so boring. Like, I just can't get over it. Sky's the limit with the Joker.
Literally.
Like, Batman's not even around.
Like, even going with the play of the split mind, you could have done that way better. You could have, like,
focused
on, like, one aspect of it, like the split mind. Let's, like, dive into it deeper.
Yeah.
And maybe let's have some crazy revelation. Let's have some crazy conflict where he has to, like, pick and choose between the sides. And, like, it just falls so flat.
Yeah. That's pretty much all it comes down to. It's just very flat movie.
Which sucks for Joaquin Phoenix, because this is his first ever sequel. He's never done a sequel movie, which is kind of like almost like an accolade of an actor. Like, I've only done original plays. I've only played one character at a time. I'm not in it for the money. Usually a sequel is like a money grab to make some extra money off the first one success. First one Joaquin Phoenix has done, and it's fucking terrible. Not on his part, but the movie sucks.
Yeah, like, I thought Lady Gaga was an interesting choice,
That makes total sense.
But I thought she did good.
I did
what
too.
she was given.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really see Lady Gaga. I saw whoever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
I won't even say Harley Quinn because it's not even her name in the movie. It's just Lee.
Harley. Wait, what's her name? They called her Harley at one point.
Maybe, but like her last name, I don't know, dude.
Let's look it up right now.
I mean, because I don't, I'm not like a huge comic book guy, so I don't really like. I don't know.
I'm not a big comic book guy.
They could come after us for that. That I understand that.
On Google, they don't even have her name listed. What kind of what? Okay, we gotta find this. Let me go to Wikipedia, the source of the truth. Sometimes Harleen Lee's her nickname. Harleen Quinzel.
Okay.
Harleen Quinzel.
All right. All right. I'm wrong. I guess. I think that was her name.
Yeah.
I almost wore makeup for this episode.
That would have been crazy.
I thought about wearing makeup to go to the movie. That was pretty hype. I was like, no way they're fucking this up.
Gray walking in a purple suit, face makeup at a 1:15 p.m. showing on a Saturday.
Imagine if I walked out and like all the people, because it was packed, like where we saw the movie, like just around the area.
Yeah.
What if we were just walking out and like people could just tell I was disappointed? People were just like, yep, felt the same way, buddy.
Suit jacket off, shirt untucked and unbuttoned.
We told you it sucked.
Makeup washed away.
I would have been the sad clown. I seriously considered it, but then I just started seeing a lot of bad stuff. I was like, not only would I feel insanely ridiculous, but like, I don't know. I don't want to hate the Joker, the character.
This ain't the Joker, so you can hate on him. Literally, it's not the Joker.
Literally not the Joker.
And if that's true, what I said
Joker
earlier,
no more. He's dead.
If what I said earlier is true, how they were gonna have the guy that kills the Joker become the real Joker, it's like, why not make him the fucking story point?
What a weak way to go about it.
Yeah.
He gets like a couple seconds on screen where you can tell he's like intrigued with what's his name?
Arthur.
Arthur, yeah. He's like intrigued by like what Arthur's doing, but like you still don't even give any explanation as to why he hates him or something,
The movie would have been so cooler if it was like, the movie starts in the courtroom, it's the lawyer trying to persuade him to go the insane route with the split personalities. That's the conflict in the beginning, and then he eventually decides, fuck it, you're fired, I'm the Joker. Tries to do the whole thing, ends up being guilty, explodes, gets out, they do some crazy shit, or something that relates to the beginning of the story, like whatever theme they decided to implement first, and then have it end. Not the whole like build up at the beginning and seeing him be Arthur just in a prison, like the first movie.
Well, then, yeah. And then another thing, like we get young Harvey Dent, who's he's going against the Joker.
Yeah.
And like even when the building blows up, they kind of like hint that maybe they thought about like creating Two-Face right then and there.
Yeah.
But so one thing that I thought that they were going to do, when I start seeing like Harvey Dent like on the TV or whatever, is like the Joker's going to turn him into Two-Face. Kind of like what they did in The Dark Knight. But like maybe as the case is going on, he's like kind of getting in his head. And like he manipulates him and like fucks him up. And then the explosion happens. And now Harvey Dent's like, oh my God, like, there is no true justice or whatever, whatever route you want to take it. Didn't even do it. Had a great opportunity to like kind of give you Two-Face.
Yeah.
They didn't even do it.
And Harvey Dent was such an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
His acting was like so arrogant.
But that's I think how Harvey Dent, that's how the character is always supposed to be.
Okay.
But still, didn't even make him that interesting.
No.
We got young Harvey Dent going against the Joker, and they don't even like engage with each other that much. Like, you would just expect that to be a bigger deal.
The one part of his arrogance that I did kind of notice, and I thought was actually a pretty cool way to have his arrogance be like a benefit to him, is he's like almost taunting the people that he's asking the question to on the stand. Like he's like prodding them almost to get them to show that emotion, to get them to get pissed. Because he's almost like, oh, so why didn't you do this? Wouldn't you say it was this? Like he's like taunting them to make them get angry so then they can show the jury, all their hatred toward Arthur to then make him guilty. So like that was honestly like a cool play, I think, from his character, like being the arrogant guy to make the people dislike him on the stand to then get angry, which I thought was interesting about his character. But that's really the only cool little tidbit I got from watching him.
Just, so much potential and just kind of, I don't even like, yes, bad writing, but like more confused writing, I guess. Like they just
all over the place.
Yeah, just all over the place. They just didn't know how to make anything stick.
Yeah.
They kind of hint at going one way and they were just like, well, maybe that would be too basic or too predictable or whatever.
Yeah. The only thing this movie has going for it is their acting and this Lady Gaga singing.
Hey, Joaquin Phoenix, he's got some pipes on him.
At the end, he started to sing because he was obviously singing as Arthur, kind of timid. And then at the end, when he actually started to sing, he's like, sweet. There he is. You were in Walk the Line. You were Johnny Cash. Let those pipes roll, son. But Johnny Cash is honestly a pretty easy sing-along, I think. He kind of talk sings,
Yeah.
But they both stayed in character throughout the shooting. There's one guy that was working there. They said, how was it working with Lady Gaga? Or their name's like Stephanie something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I honestly don't know her. He's like, she was in character the whole movie. She wanted a method act just like Joaquin was. So like they only knew each other as Harley and Joker. Which is kind of interesting because when you watch their press conferences, they're kind of almost meeting each other for the first time, sort of like being their true selves.
Yeah.
I saw a funny interview where they obviously didn't call each other by their names. And so he was in like a press conference and he was like, well, working with Lady Gaga was great. He's like, oh, Gaga? Or Stephanie? What do I call you? She's like, Stephanie's fine. Oh, okay, sorry. So it's like he didn't even realize, what her name was.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
That's like the Heath Ledger kind of started that trend of like, if you're going to play the Joker, you got a method act.
Yeah, so I wonder how disappointed the set was. They're like, oh, we just have like this boring ass Joker.
The set probably thought the movie was going to be cool because they're acting great. Like when you're on set and the performances are great, you're like, dude, this movie's going to be so good. They're performing so well. But when you don't see the edit, a lot of the crew probably doesn't read the script. So it's like,
maybe you're right.
They were like, damn, that was what they did? Fuck.
Yeah.
$200 million for what?
For a lot of nothing.
What? Like what was so expensive? Obviously the actors probably got paid handsomely, but
it all takes
place in three sets.
Yeah.
One of the sets is big, called Arkham one set, but that's multiple sets obviously, but still, it's not like it's insane. Like you could probably do that on a lower budget. The first movie I think was $50 million.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't seem like this wasn't like a higher.
Yeah, I truly, I don't know.
If anything, it seems like it's cheaper to make because they have the sets in the sound stages, which is like the black void and just like the background with the walkways for the musical scenes and the daydreams. That seems like it's kind of cheaper to make because it's
all
just
he's
one
doing
room.
is going back and forth between the asylum and the courthouse.
Yeah.
It's like, in the first movie, he's going like all around the city. Yeah, I don't know.
They didn't even market it that much either. I guess they like fair marketing, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, they like threw this movie everywhere. That's why the budget was so expensive because they just threw so much money into advertising. Like it didn't seem like it was overly advertised.
People got really excited about the the lipstick.
Great shot.
Great shot. Everybody was like, oh shit, here we go. That was it.
Yep, you saw it on the trailer. Nothing extra. I wonder how many times it took him to do that. Because just think about the takes that we've done on things. Like, you can't see where the thing is. Like, remember you trying to deal with the box in our short we made? It's like, you don't know where the frame is sometimes, so moving it's hard. So you have to do it over and over again.
I think I saw something like a while back about how many takes it took. I just can't remember what the number was. I don't know.
That's like perfect. You're like a little bit off. Maybe you could CGI it. But it looked like it was real.
No, it was real.
Yeah. Because she drew it and there's no cut or anything. Perfectly placed his lips into the shot.
Never mind.
Can't find it?
Can't look it up. And honestly, don't really care. I'm just like kind of over this one, Kade. Sorry,
All right. What you got? Final thoughts? Final word to the audience about Joker, FOLIE, doo-doo.
Go. Yeah. That was good. Go check it out for yourself. Maybe I'm completely wrong again. And
third time in a row.
Yeah, just miss something completely. I don't know. Pretty sure I'm right on this one, though.
If you like musicals, you won't like it. If you like psychological thrillers, you won't like it. If you like court dramas, you won't like it. But if you like seeing the Joker at his worst, you'll love it.
I think that was perfect.
If you are a fan of the show and listen every week, our Good and the Bad and the Ugly episode will drop in November. We'll stick to the Halloween theme for the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that final wrap on the trilogy. See if Gray can change his mind on
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
We'll see. But sticking to Halloween themed movies for the next couple weeks until November. So look forward to that. And we'll see you next week. We're out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail, I'll have enough for closing time. And I've been cussing like a sailor since I ran out of weed.